Hi students, good afternoon and welcome back to Chakravarthy E Classroom. So today also we are going to have a doubt clarification session. In this session, I am going to discuss total 5 questions, and out of these 5 questions, 2 questions are from percentages chapter and the remaining 3 are from averages. All these 5 questions are sent by our regular students. Regular in the sense those students who have purchased our course and undergoing training for various competitive exams. So we will have all these 5 question doubts cleared in this one. This is one of the methods in our institute to clarify the doubts of the students. When they send some doubts, we choose some of the doubts which we feel moderate to a little advanced level are useful for other students also. We make a video on that one and upload that one or include that one in our regular course, so that not only the student who sent the doubt but all other students will be benefited. And sometimes what we do, we keep the same session on the YouTube also for other students as well, so that they will understand the teaching methodology. They will choose the right institute before taking a decision to join. Okay, now let's start the questions here. And by the way students, all these questions are posted in the Telegram channel today in the morning, in the afternoon I think, and most of the students must have finished that one by this time. And students who have not joined our Telegram channel, you do one thing. Below the video in the box I have given the link of the Telegram channel. You please join the Telegram channel so that you can watch many free videos from our regular courses. Alright, let us start this one here. So see students, first we start with this small percentages question and slowly we just go for the other questions as well. Start the first question. How they have given the price of rice is increased by 30%. Now you see it's been increased by 30%, and as a result of it, a hostel mess has to use 80 kgs less rice and decided to increase the expenditure on rice by 10%. Then find the original consumption of the rice. See students, it is one of the good questions. I cannot consider this one as a basic question, and for that matter as an advanced question also. A little moderate level question. In many competitive exams, they are asking this type of questions, or if they ask the questions at advanced level, the same concept they are using. They are adding something to this particular concept. So listen very carefully. I just explain this question in such a way that even the beginners can understand this one. Okay, right. Start this one. How to go about here. Here, the price of rice increased by 30%. As a result of that one, 80 kgs less rice has been used and they increase the expenditure on the rice by 10%. That means when the price of rice increased by 30%, they have decided to, or they are already increased the expenditure by 10%. Even after increasing the expenditure by 10% also, they have to use 80 kgs less rice. If that is the case, what was the original consumption? This is the question. In a very simple way, we can solve the question. How is that one? Let's take this one. Already I have explained this type of questions in our regular classes. The basics I have taught there, but still in a nutshell I'll tell you. How is that 30%? The price has been increased by 30%. What do you mean by that one students? 30%, the fractional value equal to 30%. What is the fractional value? That is 30 by 100 or 3 by 10. Okay. So when you compare to the previous price, now the price has been increased by 30%, increased by 3 by 10. What's the meaning of that one? This means, how to interpret this one? Simply, when previous price was 10 rupees, the new price is 10 plus 3, 10 plus this 3, new price is 30. The basic level understanding of percentages in the first class of percentages in our regular course, I have given this one. Okay, so 3 by 10th increased. That means when previously it was 10 rupees per kg. For example, now 10 plus 3, the new price is 13 rupees. As simple as this one. So I found out the price. I'm starting with the imaginary numbers, and finally I'll apply the unitary method. This is part of our Vedic mathematics only. Okay, start with the this one. What is that? Imaginary numbers. After that, apply the unitary method. How is that? First price I have decided. Now accordingly we will go for the consumption. How is that? Previously it was 10 rupees. This is price. Now it is 13 rupees, right? Now let us imagine one convenient number here as the previous expenditure. So I want to avoid the fractions. For that reason, I take the LCM of these two numbers as the expenditure. Any number you want you can take, because in the advantage with percentage or ratio proportion, even if you start with the imaginary numbers also, finally the percentage is not going to be changed, because I am just going by the clues they have given in the question only. Only the numbers are changed. Okay, now see, previously 10 rupees. Now it is 13 rupees. I take the expenditure as 130 rupees. You can take this figure as any figure you want, any number you want as per your convenience. Okay, now here you see students here. Now this is the expenditure. 130 rupees was the previous expenditure. Unit price 10 rupees previously increased to 13 rupees because 30% it is increased. Now what is the consumption accordingly? The consumption was previously 130 rupees expenditure. Per kg 10 rupees. How much was the consumption? Simply I can say 130 by 10. 13 kgs was the consumption. Okay. Now what is the new consumption? See students, clearly they have given that expenditure also increased by 10%. If at all they have not given that expenditure increased by 10%, directly the new consumption I would have taken in this way, 130 by 13 I would have taken. But now the expenditure also increased. By how much percent? 10% increased. So previously it was 130 rupees. Now it is 10% increased. I have given the basic technique. How to increase this one? 130, 10% increase. That means 130 into 110 by 100. Or 130 into 11 by 10 we have to do. So that is 143. Have you understood this one? The basic one I told you in the basic sessions of percentages. 130. I have to increase this 130 by 10% into 110 by 100. Simple. 110 by 100. This 0 here. So that is 143. Or directly 130 into 11 by 10 also you can do. 11 by 10 because 10% increased. 10% means 1 by 10. 1 by 10. 1 by 10 means 10 plus 1, 11. Now it is 11 by 10. It will become in the basic session I have given, right? So now it is 143. Now students, 143 is the new expenditure. This is the increased price. What is the consumption? 143 by 13, that is 11. Hope you have understood up to this one. Simple way I have explained you, right? I just quickly repeat this one. I took 30% increment means 3 by 10. Previously when it was 10 rupees, it is 13 rupees now, like this. I took the imaginary figure as 130 rupees as the total expenses. Then previous consumption was 13 kgs. Now the consumption is 11 kgs because expenditure has also been increased by 10%. So 143 by 13, that is 11. Over. Now go for the unitary method by taking the figures here. How they have given? Now they are using 80 kgs less rice. 80 kgs less rice. How to go for the unitary method? See, simply I'll just take this one out. Right. We'll go for this one already. Yeah, you have understood this. No need of that one. So this is 10% increase. Right. Now I'll just write down here. Now 80 kgs less rice is the original figure given in the question here. So previous consumption was 13 kgs. Now the new consumption is 11 kgs. According to my imaginary figures, how much is less here? 13 minus 11, 2 kgs less. 2 kgs less. If 2 kgs less consumption is there, according to my imaginary figures, if 2 kgs less consumption is there, my original consumption was 13 kgs. Yes or no, students? This is the beauty of unitary method. I've explained unitary method in my basic classes in such a way that even the beginner could understand that one. Alright, I hope you must have got that one. So unitary method is can be used, otherwise unitary method can be used as an alternate for algebra. Without taking anything as x or y, you can solve 90% of the questions in quantitative aptitude or arithmetic. Okay, now you see, according to my imaginary figures, 13 minus 11, 2 kgs. If 2 kgs consumption is used as less consumption, my original consumption was 13 kgs. Now in the problem they have given 80 kgs less consumption is there. What was the original consumption? How simple this one. Now it is 80 by 2 into 13 or 13 into 40, that is 520 kgs. How simple this one, students. Try to understand this type of methods, because with this method in the examination you can save ample of time. If you practice well, I am telling you, this question can be done within 30 seconds in the examination. Can't you do this one within 30 seconds? You practice the method, students. You go on practicing this type of methods. Even you need not write anything on the paper. For that reason, for that matter, you can write very less on the paper, isn't it? Now you see, 10 rupees, 13 rupees, 130, then 13 and 11. What is the need to write on the paper? So directly I can say previous consumption was 13. Current consumption at present 11. Difference is 2. When difference is 2, original consumption was 13. You have given difference as 80. What would be the original consumption? Now it will be 520. And this way you have to go for the questions. Hope you got the idea. Now you take the next question. Now you must try this question, students. You must do this one. Take a little time and try to do it by yourself. The same model. How they have given the price of petrol increased by 20%. How many less liters? This is the question. How many less liters of petrol should be consumed so that the expenditure will be increased by 10%? When the original consumption of petrol was 60 liters is the question. One of the very good questions of one of the very good questions from percentages chapter. Good concept. Okay, right. How to go for this one? Same way you start this one. The price has been increased by 20%. So 20% is equivalent to 1 by 5. 1 by 5 increased. What's the meaning of that one? If previously the price was 5 rupees, now it is 5 plus 1, 6 rupees. As simple as this one. In that ratio we are going. Alright, now we are going with the imaginary numbers. How is this one? So previously it was 5 rupees per liter. Okay, 5 rupees per liter. Now it is 6 rupees per liter. Let me imagine the original expenditure as the LCM of these two. That is 30. 30 rupees is the expenditure. Let's take this one as expenditure. Now, what was the consumption previously? So 30 rupees total expenditure, 5 rupees per liter, 30 by 5, 6 liters I used to consume previously. But now the expenditure on petrol was increased by 10%. So now this 30 rupees increased by 10%. So 30 rupees increased by 10% means that is 30 into 110 by 100 or 33. So directly I can say the new expenditure 33 rupees. So new price is 6 rupees per liter. Then how many liters would be consumed? 33 by 6, that is 5 and 0.5. No problem. Sometimes it may come in the decimals also. That is 5.5 liters. How much time would it be taking for you students to do this one in the examination? I think not more than 20 seconds. Yes or no? Not more than 20 seconds. If you have adequate practice, you can do it even without writing anything on the paper. Yes or no? So simply you can say previous consumption was 6 liters. Now the consumption is 5.5. But what they have given in the question and what they want us to find out. Based on that one, I am going to frame one unitary equation. How is that? Clearly they have given original consumption. Original consumption was 60 liters. How many less liters should be consumed now? Now simply we can say in this way, when original consumption was 6 liters, in the problem they have given original consumption as 60. So in my imaginary figures, original consumption was 6 liters. When original consumption was 6 liters, now I am using 5.5 liters. How much less I am using here? 0.5 liters less I am using. Why I have taken these two figures? Because in the question they have given original consumption and they are asking how much less should be used. For that reason only, in my imaginary figures, when original consumption was 6 liters, now at present I am using 5.5 liters. How many liters less I am using? 0.5 liters less, because they want us to find out how many less consumption or how many less liters are there or how much less consumption is there. So for that reason, when original was 6 liters, I am using 0.5 liters less consumption. I am using 0.5 liters less petrol. Then this is the unitary method. When original is 60 liters, how much less should be used? As simple as this one. Now, how much less should be used here? For 6 liters, 0.5. For 60 liters, that point will go there, or into 10 times. So my answer is 5 liters less should be consumed. How simple, students. If you want to go and do the calculation, that is 60 by 6 into this is 0.5. Do that one, you will get 5 liters. Or directly you can go with logic here. For 6 liters, 0.5. 60 liters, 0.5 into 10 times. Because 6 into 10 times here also 10 times, that is 5 liters is the right answer. Isn't it simple for you, students? In my regular course, I have taught the entire percentages chapter by taking unitary method as the base. If you do with unitary method, you can avoid algebra. You can avoid taking something as x or y. Almost 90% of the questions can be solved using our Vedic mathematics, unitary method. For the rest of the 10% of the questions, of course, we need to spend a little more time when compared to this one with some other methods. Take the next question, students. What's the next question? The next one. You take next one. Are you able to see this one? Yeah. Okay. How they have given here, this is right. So the average age of, this is from averages chapter, average age of A, B and C is 24 years. If D joins the group, then the average age becomes 20 years. While reading the question only, you need to understand the problem properly with the help of keywords. Keywords should go directly into the mind. Okay, what are the key things here? Here the average age of ABC, 24 years. Keep it in the mind. ABC, 3 persons average age is 24. If D joins, the fourth person has come, then the average age becomes 20 years. Okay, when D was not there, average was 24. When D is included, average has been decreased by 4 years. Remember that. Then if the other person E, who is 5 years older than D, replaces A, then the average age of B, C, D and E, because A is not there now. So who is replacing? E is replacing A, then the average of B, C, D and E becomes 19 years. Then what is the age of A? A very good question. Again, students, I consider this question as a not very basic question, not very advanced also. We can take this one as a little moderate difficulty level question. How to go for this one? First of all, try to get some blueprint in your mind. So with the help of ABC's average and ABCD's average, I can easily find out the age of D. Very simple. With the age of D, I can find out the age of E, because E is 5 years older than D. If I get D's age, finding out E's age is not a problem. Plus 5. After finding E's age, comparing that one with the A, B, C and D, E is here. E is replacing A. In that comparison, I can easily find out A's age. Finally, A's age. Easily, I can do this question. How to start this one, students? Simple way, you see. Now, A, B, C, D. 4 persons average they have given. How much is that? 20 years. Okay. Then A, B and C, 3 persons average they have given 24 years. By comparing these two, easily I can find out D's age. Many methods are there for that one. In our regular course, which method I have given without writing anything on the paper also, you can find out D's age. But before going for that method, simply what is the conventional way of doing that one? Conventional way of doing that one is find out ABCD's total age first. From that total age, deduct ABC's age so that you can find out D's age. I'll give you the shortcut which generally I teach in our regular course. I'll give that one to you also. But before that, by conventional way how to find out this one? That simply total age of 4 persons A, B, C, D is average is 20 into 4 times. This is the total age, that is 80 years over. Now here ABC's average age is 24, the total age is 24 into 3 times, that is 20 into 360, 4 into 312, that is 72. So 80 minus 72, D's age is 8 years. As simple as this one. But students, as my students, you should not do this method in the examination. This is not required. Okay, now try this one without writing anything on the paper. Why to write something on the paper for this simple question? Without writing anything on the paper also we can find out. Simple thinking, simple logical thinking will give you the answer. How is that when you see without D, ABC's average 24 years. With D, average has been decreased by 4 years because ABCD's average is 20 years and ABC's average was 24 years. What did you understand from this one? When D has come as a new person, the average has been decreased. When D has come as a new person, average has been decreased. What is the simple conclusion from that one? The simple conclusion is D's age must be less than the previous average. Yes or no? If D's age is equal to the previous average age, 24 years, there wouldn't be any change in average. When D's age is included, the previous average has been decreased. That means D's age must be less than the previous average. What was the previous average? 24 years. Now D's age must be less than this one. Must be less than 24. How much less than 24? How much less than 24 minus, what is this how much? How much less than 24? Because of D, all the 4 persons average has been decreased by 4 years. Because of D's age, all the 4 persons average has been decreased by 4 years. That means in total 4 into 4, 16 years have been decreased because of the entry of D. So I can conclude that 24 minus 16. 24 minus 16. Now D's age is 8 years. Isn't it simple for you? Right? I just repeat this one quickly. Before E, ABC's average was 24. After E, the average of 4 persons has been decreased by 4 years. That means D's age must be less than 24 years, confirmed. Only then average is being decreased. If D's age is more than 24, average would have been increased. Now D's age is definitely less than 24. How much less than 24? Because of D's inclusion, all the 4 persons average age has been reduced by 4 years. On an average 4 years. In total 4 into 4, 16 years. Now D's age will be 24 minus 16. Directly this is 8 years. As simple as this one. Alright, I have given one more method in our regular course to find out D's age. What was that one? Just try to recollect this one. A, B, C, D. Average 20 years. Okay, now ABC's average 24 years. That means I have given you one method. Our students, you can recollect this one. So now here 24 years is more than 20 years. 4 more than plus 4. On how many persons? 3 persons into 3. For this one 12. That is plus 12. So plus 12, when it should be less than that one, right? So 20 is less actually. So I got 20 is less than 24. Now the average should be matched. For that reason, this plus 12 will become minus 12. In our regular class I have told you. So now 20 minus 12, my answer is 8 years for D. So I have given total 3 methods for you students. Whichever is convenient for you, you go with that one. Okay, so finally I found out, I'm just taking this one out, I found out D's age as 8 years. So clearly when D is 8 years, E must be how many years older than D? 5 years. So E must be 8 plus 5, 13 years. As simple as this one. Okay, now my job is to find out A's age. How to find this one, students? They have given A plus B plus C plus D's total age here. What's the total age? Average 20 into 4 persons. This is the total age of A plus B plus C plus D. Alright, so now they have clearly given that E replaced A. Then B, C, D and E's average age is 19 years. So here B plus C plus D plus E. These persons total age is average is 19, total 4 persons. Alright, compare these two things here. When you compare these two things, just go for the deduction. This is minus, okay, this is minus, this is minus, this is minus, this is minus. So simply this B, C, D will be cancelled. Now finally A minus E, the difference between A's and E's age. A minus E is equal to 20 into 4 minus 19 into 4. Need not do that one completely. I am multiplying 4 for 20 times. From that one you need to deduct 4 multiplied for 19 times. So what is the answer here? Simply that is 4 only. Okay, 4 I am multiplying 4 for 20 times. From that one I need to deduct 4 is being multiplied for 19 times. So 1 time 4, that is 4. The difference between A and E's age is 4 years. What is A's age? Already I know E's age is 13. Now A's age will be A is equal to this 4 plus E's age or E's age plus 4 years. E is 13. 13 plus 4, this one, A's age is 17 years is the final answer. Isn't it simple for you students? I have explained you in a comprehensive way. That is the reason why it took this much time. But when you are doing this question by yourself, simply you can answer this one in this way. Hope you got the idea. Okay, now go for the next question, students, quickly. Again, this is also a good question. This is also a good question to understand the concept of averages. Okay, now see this question, students, how they have given. In a cricket match, 6 players had a certain average of their runs. Simple sentence to understand. 6 persons had a certain average. Then the 7th player makes a score of 112 runs, thereby increasing the average of their runs by 10. Okay, 7th player made 112 runs. Because of the 7th player's 112 runs, the average of all the 7 persons has been increased by 10 runs. Then find the average of the first 6 players is the question. See students, even this question can be done without writing anything on the paper. If you understand the concept of average properly, without writing anything on the paper, you can do. I'll show you 2 methods for this one. One is the conventional mathematical method using algebra. Other one is using logic. The unitary, even unitary method is also not required. Without writing anything on the paper, by reading this one, you can answer within 10 seconds after reading the question. Yes or no? Now, what's the conventional way, students? Let me go like this. Conventional way also, in one step you can solve. Let us take the average of 6 players. Average runs, I'm writing here. Average runs of 6 players I'm taking as x runs. On an average, x per person. Okay, then obviously the total runs of 6 persons is equal to 6x. As simple as this one. Now, the 7th person had made 112 runs. Because of that one, the average has been increased by 10. Average has been increased by 10. What's the meaning of this one, students? Here, total of 7 persons. What is the total of 7 persons here? Total of 7 persons is 7 persons into, because of the 7th person, average has been increased by 10. Now 7 into average will become previous x plus 10. X plus 10. Okay, now you see, students, 6x is the total runs of 6 persons. 7 into x plus 10, total runs of 7 persons. Now I am going to frame one equation. What is the basic algebra? Basic algebra is converting a verbal statement to mathematics using algebra. That is basic understanding of algebra. Converting verbal data to an equation. That's it. Okay. How to convert this one as an equation here? Simple one, students. Here 7 persons total is 7 into x plus 10. Okay. That can be equalized to 6 persons total, that is 6x plus 7th person's runs 1 1. Is it 112? Right, 112. 1. Okay, so this is a total of 6 persons plus 7th person runs. So this is total of 7 persons equal to total runs of 7 persons. Now it is equalized, it is balanced. Left hand side equal to right hand side. This is basic algebra. How I have done this one, students, in a nutshell I'll tell you very quick. Previous average of 6 persons I have taken x, then total was 6x. The new average is x plus 10. 7 persons are there. Now 7 persons total is 7 into x plus 10. I can equalize like this. 7 into x plus 10. Total runs made by 7 persons equal to total runs made by 6 persons plus runs made by 7th person. So that is, this is total of, again, that is 7 persons only. Both can be equalized. Now solve the equation. You will get x value. This is 7x. Now 7x plus 70 is equal to 6x plus 112. If you go for this one, x is equal to 112 minus 70. My answer is 42. That's it. This is the way. Now students, to do this one also, it won't take much time in the examination. Now my straight question is, without writing anything on the paper, without writing all these things on the paper, is it not possible to solve the question by reading that one within 10 seconds from there? Yes or no? My answer is yes. Without writing anything on the paper, you can do that one. How is that? You just take a little time and try to answer the question without writing anything on the paper. Okay, just make a note of this one. Okay, I'm just taking this one out. Now, without writing anything on the paper, try to solve the question. My answer is 42 is the right answer. What is 42? 42 was the original average, previous average of 6 persons. How to go for this one? Simple, students. Think in this way. You need not write anything on the paper. Just for your understanding, I'll write a little. How is that? The 7th person made 112 runs. Simple understanding. 7th person made 112 runs. Because of these 112 runs, the average has been increased or decreased? Increased. Average has been increased. That means the 7th person made more runs than the previous average. Simple conclusion. Within 1 second you can get it with some practice, right? 7th person made 112 runs. Because of 7th person's runs, the previous average has been increased. That means 7th person made the runs more than the previous average. Yes or no? This point is clear. Now this is previous average. 7th person made more than previous average. For that reason only average has been increased. Now this was the previous average. Seventh person has done these many runs more than the previous average. So these two will become 112. Okay, previous average and the seventh person had done or had made more than previous average these many runs. This is the previous average. More than the previous average, these many runs, both together equal to 112. Now, the seventh person has done how many more runs than the previous average? So that will be found out very easily. Because of seventh person's runs, the average has been increased by 10. How many persons average has been increased by 10? 7 persons average has been increased by 10. The previous average plus increment equal to 112. What is the increment here? This one increment is 7 persons on an average 10 has been increased. So on the previous average 7th person made 70 runs over and above the previous average. This 70 plus previous average included in this 112. Now, what was the previous average means? 112 minus 70. My answer is 42. Isn't it, students? Can't you do the questions in this way? The simplest way you can do the questions in this way. I hope you understood this one. If you have a little doubt also, you just pause the video and go back, rewind the video and watch the explanation one more time. You can get it very, very easily. Simply we can conclude like this. Because of the 7th person's runs, previous average has been increased. That means the runs made by 7th person includes previous average plus extra runs. So previous average, I don't know, extra runs, how many runs are being increased? For 7 persons on an average 10, 70 runs have been increased. So in this 112, previous average runs are there plus extra runs 70. So 7th person had made 112, previous average plus extra, then previous average is 112 minus 70. I'll get the answer. How simple this one. Yes or no? Always try to do the questions in this way. Now take the next question. What's the next one? We will do it very quick. Okay, again it's from averages only. How they have given in a sports club, 240 players are there. After some days, 55 new players have been admitted and due to that, the expenses have been increased by 1450 per day. Okay, because of the inclusion of 55 persons, the expenses have been increased by 1450 rupees per day and per day expenditure per player has been reduced by 10 rupees. On an average 10 rupees it has been reduced. Then what was the original expenditure of the sports club per day is the question. Good question, students. Again a moderate level question, not very advanced, not very basic also. How to do this question? Simple way, students, simple way. Even this question can be done in two ways. Okay, one is using algebra, other one without using algebra, directly with the unitary method you can do that one. The first method I'll explain you and the second one you have to do. You have to do just on the same lines of the previous question. You must do that one. If you are not able to do that, in the next video I'm going to explain that. But the similar questions we have discussed in our regular course with that shortcut only, with that method only, with that direct method only, without taking anything as X. Now we take this one, how they have given. In a sports club, 240 players are there. Let's take in this way, students. For originally per student per day expenses are on an average you take it as X rupees. Then original expenses was 240 students into X. This is the original, I'm writing original expenses, this one. Okay. Now after that 55 students have been increased, the number has been increased. So 240 plus 55. Now 295 students have come. As a result of this, per day 1450 rupees expenses have been increased, and on an average per student 10 rupees cost has been reduced. 10 rupees has been reduced. Now you tell me, for the new 295 students, what is the new expenses here? New expenses is 295 into, previously that was X rupees on an average. Now X minus 10. Yes or no? I hope you understood this step, just like the previous question. Just like the previous question, inclusion after increasing that number from 240 to 295, 240 plus 55. 295 students into per day expenses X minus 10. This is the expenses of 295 students. And original expenses was 240 into X. Now try to make an equation. How to make an equation here? 295 students into X minus 10. Total expenses of 295 students can be equalized to 240X original plus 1450. Yes or no? Because of the inclusion of 55 more persons per day, this much has been increased. Now this much, 295 into X minus 10, this indicates the total expenditure of 295 students can be equalized to original 240 students expenses plus 1450 per day. So this is the equation. Now you can easily find out this one. Now this is 295x minus 2950 is equal to 240x plus 1450. Simply solve the equation here. So now when it comes here, 55x is equal to 1450 plus 2950. How to go for this one? 2950, you add this 50 here, that will become 3000. 3000 and 1000, 4000, 4000 and 400. So 4400. That's how to go for this one. This is 55 one times and 55 8 times. 50 into 8, that is 400. Then 5 into 8, 48 times. 0, 80. 80. What is this? 80x is equal to 80x means per student per day, that is 80 rupees. And what was the original one? Original expenditure 240 students into 8 into 80, not 8. 240 into 8 are 24 by 24 into 8 here. 20 into 8, 160. Then 4 into 8. You have to do it this way. 160 plus 8 into 4, 32. 160 plus 32, 192. 192 and 2 zeros. 19,200 is the final answer. Isn't it simple, students? Yes or no? Even using algebra also, you can do it very easily. Now, go with the shortcut. Achha, I told you the shortcut I'll tell in the next video. In the next session, I'll give you the shortcut, simple one. Easily you can go for that one. Without taking anything as X, you can go for that. Similar questions I have explained in my regular course without taking anything as a X. You please try by yourself, and in the next video, I'm going to explain you without taking anything as a X. Or you can watch that one in our regular course. Thank you very much, students. And before closing this session, I just would like to tell you one thing. Many students are asking, sir, how to join the regular course? See, students, I have prepared the course in such a way that it will be useful for you for 57 types of exams. There is a course in our, there is a course by name Bank plus SSC. We kept the name as Bank plus SSC, but that is useful for more than 57 types of competitive exams in our country. Like all the exams conducted by IBPS, IBPS PO Clerk Specialist Officer, then IBPS RRB PO and Clerk, SBI PO and Clerk, then RBI Grade B Officer, Assistant, nabard Grade A, Assistant, then EPF, Alright, then ESI post, then Prasar Bharati. So like that, and of course SSC CGL CHSL. So like that, total 57 plus types of exams, and I kept the fee also very less for that per annum. Per year, that is only 5,500 rupees. You please visit our website chakravarthysir.com or download our mobile app Chakravarthy E Classroom new app. Chakravarthy E Classroom new app from the Play Store. You can get all the details about the course. And one more thing is that we have just launched a test platform also for mobile users, that is Chakravarthy E Classroom test platform. You download that one also. In that one you can get some free content. Chakravarthy E Classroom test platform. I wish you all the best, students. The doubt clarification sessions will go on like this, once in a while, once in a week or twice in a week. As far as my time is concerned, I am going to post some videos. Thank you very much.